some small videos covering this subject, but it got okay views, you know. But I figured I would expound on this. See, I feel like people should like okay, so like I'll go out to the nightclub, right? And I say last time I went out to the nightclub, I noticed like it's just you look at the younger crowd, and I'm a middle-aged guy, and so I just kind of go out there to like look around, check out chicks or whatever. Do as single guys do, right? And they just kind of like it's so funny how they pick each other, but there you'll have one girl in there looking for one guy, obviously, that is like this fantasy dude or whatever. But really, it should be like three girls trying to find one guy to actually live with, right? That's how it probably should go, because I started realizing recently that this, for a household, it's not really a two-person economy. It's more of a 3 or 4 person in the same house economy. So a guy getting out of high school who wants to go to college really should stay home with his mom and dad and just stay home and try to pick up a trade and then build from there. And here's the thing, I mean, if you never leave your parents' house, you never grow mentally how you should grow, because you'll always lean on your parents to clean up the mess every time you screw up. And the same thing goes for the ladies, right? I'm trying not to cuss, but I'll probably end up cussing somewhere in this video. But yeah, I really think that it's going to be more of a polyamorous society. Eventually, people are going to figure out that, hey, 2 people cannot handle these bills, and it is definitely going to move towards polyamory or polygamy, right? And so I think that's what should be happening. It makes more sense to me. I think, a lot of people are just wasting their time trying to, it's like you get with somebody and then what? She's going to work, you're going to work, you're both going to have cars, both your cars are going to equal out to about $1,000 a month. Then your insurance bill is going to equal out to $1,000 a month. So that's like $1,000 for him to have a car and insurance, and then $1,000 for her to have a car and insurance, and then they have a mortgage, and then they have their light bill, and then they have food, and then, God, man, I mean, how the hell is a couple supposed to survive out here? But nobody ever thinks about the numbers. They never think about the numbers. It's always just emotional, and they go through the honeymoon period, and then they either move in or they don't go any further than where they're at. So, and I don't know where I'm at on cohabitating with somebody, but I know this. I'm okay. Like, I'm all right now. I'm in a place where I don't have to live with somebody, and that's great. I can sit back and think about what I'm going to do, and I don't have to search for a roommate like a lot of you out there. But yeah, I mean, really, a lot of these women, okay, so I've been saying on these little short videos that big girls need to find a skinny girl and find a way to, to get into polyamory. And then, that girl can find another girl that is the complete opposite of her, and then they go find a high value man. Okay, now I would say a high value man, in my opinion, is a military man. So this guy's going to be, going out to sea if he's in the Navy, or he's going to be flying in other countries. If he's in the Air Force, he's going to be stationed in all these other countries. And they don't let you marry two people at the same time in the military. But that doesn't mean that military guy can't have two girlfriends. And I know that's way outside of the box, but I don't care. I'm going to talk about this, man, because it's something that should happen. Hell, it got me through college, right? And that's another story. That's another conversation for another time. Y'all are not ready for that kind of conversation. Or, yeah. But, anyways, I had to survive. I had to figure out a way to survive when I got out of the military. So, I'm giving you some cheat codes, guys and girls. Okay, you're going to have to find a way to get along better. Okay, and I believe in trying to help society. I don't want to pick a side because I've been sitting back for the last, I don't know how many years since I got out, and just watching both sides go at each other. And, it's just nasty out there. And the only way that you're going to win this game, I'll start with the ladies, okay? Ladies, you're going to have to bring somebody with you, and you're going to have to buckle down. You're going to have to leave the nightlife where it's at, and you're just going to have to put your priorities in place and not focus on just, learning how to become a prostitute, unless that's what you want to do. If you want to become a prostitute, by all means, because I think prostitution should be legalized. Okay, I am definitely all for that, and the way that law enforcement has been handling this issue, and our politicians and lawmakers and whatever and whoever's in charge, they just really don't realize that people, like men, are not going to get married again. Anymore. We're walking away, and for those of you dumbasses out there still doing this, like, in America, like, you're fooling yourself. So that's another conversation. But like right now, I just want to, because I just don't think that, like, people are really in this country, that the way our system is built is not, it does not work for marriage. So anymore, it used to, but. Yeah, I'd say, ladies, you need to, since you want to yap so much with your girlfriends, whenever you're not with your boyfriend, find a way to bring her into the bed with you, and find a way to get her into the house so she can cook and clean, or you can cook or clean, and one person can work, so you guys can afford childcare when you get married, because you can't afford it now. Obviously, because of the high divorce rates, this isn't working out. All of you are fooling yourselves. And it's just not an economy that is made for two people. Nobody ever thinks about the numbers. I'd say that most couples are going to be paying $3,500 to $4,000 a month in bills. You are going to pay that much. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't written down all the numbers, but nobody ever thinks to add up all the shit they pay for in a month.